welcome here to more TALKFCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. Obviously, we're all still sort of coming to terms with the fact we haven't managed to win today against Celta Vigo, but what I want to do right now is take you to a happier place, to a better place, because we are going to talk about Xavi Hernandez's arrival to Barca, back home here, and his first day in the city. We're going to be focusing on his first words as the new Barca coach, which I think even more so, after today's game, they're even more important to us. We want to see change. We need to see significant change, and Xavi is the man that we are putting our faith in, that we believe can turn this situation around in time, and today is the first step towards that. So let's get to it. Because indeed, into the early hours of the morning on Saturday, that of course was when the Chavi official announcement from the club came. It was a long time waiting, wasn't it? But at 1:45 a.m. local time in Barcelona, they posted there the announcement video, which confirmed Xavi's return to the club. And although actually it was quite a short video there was lots of emotional moments within it, I did like the fact that Xavi himself, he did the voiceover. He was speaking to us fans there on his return. He said it wasn't goodbye, talking about his exit there in 2015. He said it was a see you soon. The Camp Nou has always been my home. He said whatever they say, we're the best club in the world. And I do like that there, because that is the kind of mindset, that is the kind of mentality we need to get back again. Even more so when you see the team crumbling as they continue to do in a Barca shirt. Xavi said, "You're my fans, my people, the club that I love most, and now I'm coming home." And he ended there with "See you soon, culés, Força Barça." And I think for all of us fans, I think what Xavi's return signifies more than anything else, it is that hope. It is the hope there that he is somebody who does understand this club. It wasn't all that long ago that he was out there playing and doing it absolutely wonderfully, and coming back in, bringing with him all of that experience and know-how about how to get this club playing in the way that we remember. That is what is driving our hope right now. And Xavi there on Saturday morning wrote a message to us fans on Instagram. He said, "Dear culés, I'm coming back home. I'm returning to the place that saw me grow up. I'm returning to the club of my life." He said, "I'm facing this challenge with the greatest enthusiasm. I will work and fight with you to reach together the place we deserve." The story continues. And Xavi indeed returned to the city of Barcelona, a city there that of course he spent the majority of his life. He returned there at midday on Saturday. He flew in accompanied by his family, his agents, and of course all of the staff who we spoke about just here yesterday coming with him, and are so important as he begins this new journey. And upon his arrival, Xavi did indeed speak to a number of journalists who were eagerly awaiting him there as soon as he touched down. Xavi said, "At Barcelona, you always have to win." He said, "You cannot draw here, you cannot lose here." Xavi is well aware of the expectations. Having played here for such a long time, he knows what we expect. He knows what the fans demand. He said the first thing that will be done is to talk to the players, to explain my ideas, and then work. And he really put emphasis there. He said, "We're going to work hard." He said, "We arrive with great enthusiasm and a desire to do things very well." And of course, one of the big questions already, maybe one of the doubts surrounding Xavi coming in, is exactly how he will manage his former teammates. How exactly will he go about there, maybe putting players on the bench, changing things around, being strong and firm with those people now that of course he holds a friendship with. Xavi said coaching friends, coaching former teammates, he said, "I see it as an advantage." He said it's a positive point because I know exactly how they train, exactly how they play, to use them in the best way. And there's been plenty of talk as well about Xavi's exit from Al Sadd. Whilst we were all waiting on Friday for it to be 100% sealed, there was a lot of talk about exactly how we were going to pay that release clause, that €5 million that apparently it was going to take to get Xavi out of his contract. And it had been rumoured that Xavi had paid a significant amount of that fee from his own pocket. Something here that Chavi confirmed. He said, I'm very grateful to Barcelona. They came out to Doha. There was a termination of the contract and a clause which was paid. He said, for which we have both done our part. So there, Chavi confirming that it did seem to be a split fee between himself and the club, both of them paying towards that clause to get Chavi here. And that just tells you how much he wants to be here, the desire, the enthusiasm to return. Before finally, Chavi then arriving back in the city, back at the club of his life. And of course, as soon as he was there at the club, they wanted to talk to him. They wanted to get his initial thoughts about coming back, seeing the camp now again, being back in the city, feeling all of that emotion again. He said, I've got really good feelings. I'm very excited to be here, to come back home. He said it was my dream to do this. And he said now it's a dream that's come true. He said, I'm really proud to be a supporter of Barca. And he said, now I'm in charge as the coach. He said, I am so excited. And that is a real feeling that does come across right now, how excited Xavi is, how motivated he feels to actually come in and embrace this challenge. He said, I'm really excited to get started, to know the players, to talk with them. He said, of course, it's a big challenge. He admitted that. He said, you know what? It is a big challenge, but I'm ready. He said, we are ready. All of the technical staff too. He said, we're ready to start immediately, to go to training, to be with the players. And I just get the feeling right now that Xavi cannot wait to get out on that training field. That is where the work is going to be done. That is where you start making the changes. Forget about going out on the field, performances on match day. Let's start there by laying those foundations on the training ground. And when he was speaking there about the fans, he said, of course, we need the fans. That's obvious. He said, we will work really hard. We will do everything in our power to make them happy. He said, that's the whole point, isn't it? He said, that's what all of this is for. He said, that's the message that I would give to the fans. And of course, given the fact that on Saturday, Barca were playing away this weekend there in Galicia against Celta Vigo, Chavi unfortunately wasn't able to be in attendance at the stadium at Belaidos. But does that mean there that for the rest of the day, maybe he took a nice easy afternoon off, maybe went home, spent the evening with his family there relaxing in Barcelona? No chance. That's not Chavi. Because Chavi, not wanting to sound like Rihanna, but it's all about work. Work and more work, because this is Chavi right here. Just earlier this evening, he was in attendance at Barca B's match there against Sevilla B at the Johan Cruyff Stadium, and it was a stunning win. I've got to say, really impressive stuff from Barca B. A fantastic performance there. I'm sure Chavi was paying close attention, because this is somebody here who will not be afraid to go down, look into the youth teams. He himself came up through that process. He understands what it's like to be in that situation, and he will not hesitate should he see somebody there who deserves that chance in the first team. And I just think right here, anybody who's watched Chavi over the course of his career, not only the player that he was, but I think more importantly than that, the person that he is, the personality that he had on the pitch, that he had in the dressing room, especially in terms there of leadership. And I just think right now we are seeing somebody who's gone away. He's gained a lot of experience, different kinds of experience. He's coming back now as a more rounded character, an even greater understanding of the game, if that's possible, given how intelligent Chavi was on the field. But I think it's key. Barca right now have many issues. We have many problems. We know that, both inside and outside of the field too. We know all about that. And it's not going to be a quick fix. It's not going to be an overnight change. But there is no doubt in my mind that given the time, given the backing, given the patience here of the fans, and of course the board as well at the club, Chavi can turn it around, can improve upon what we're doing, can get more of the potential out of these players. And of course, over the coming days, we are going to be talking much more about exactly what Chavi will want to change, about what he needs to change, about the style of play, of course, that he will look to bring. There is going to be so much more coming up on the return of Xavi Hernandez. But for now, guys, please do leave your thoughts in the comments down below here on all of Xavi's first words as the new Barca coach. What do you make of him so far? What sort of impression do you have? And what are your expectations moving forward? Like I say, we do have to keep those as realistic as we possibly can, even if, of course, we're still very excited. I will see you soon with all of those videos coming up very, very soon across both channels. Thank you indeed for supporting here. I really do appreciate it. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.